What up, everybody? This is Big Elbow, chilling like always with the two little bad hombres, Averno, Atlantis. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not new to the channel, welcome back. I'm Big Elbow. Comic calls is mostly what I do. So my collecting style is I want the good story. I'm interested in the good stories, and I'm interested in the good art, and I'm interested in getting them at a good price, regardless of the format. Trade paperbacks, floppy issues, reprints, low grade, whatever. It all works for me as long as I can read. As long as I can read it and appreciate the art, then I'm happy. So what I got here today is, I'm not real focused on spec books or keys, but I got nothing against that style of collecting it either. Dabble in it a little bit, but it's not my focus. So what I got here today is, recently I went to the Berkeley comic show in Berkeley, California. About a 3+ hour drive for me for where I live in Central California. Had a good time. If you're interested in the 50-cent books that I got, check out my last video. What I'm showing today is the dollar books that I got. And with that said, let's get into it. I'm showing these by the vendor, and I don't know very many of the vendors' names. So these were dollar books. These is gonna all be dollar books, except for there's one thing I'll show that wasn't. So this is Punisher and Captain America: Blood and Glory. That was the last. This is book 3 of 3. That was the last one that I needed. The art in this looks really cool. It's probably the best Klaus Janson looking art probably one of the best I've seen him do. And I believe he's penciling and inking his own stuff here. Yep. And it looks great. It looks a lot like Jorge Safino, actually. But look at this. That's just badass imagery right there. Punisher with the cap shield. But yeah, the art in this is really cool, so I'm glad to complete this. I don't know why I didn't already start reading it, but yeah, this looks really fucking cool. And then, if I'm not mistaken, speaking of Jorge Zafino, it looks like Terror Inc. makes an appearance in here. So I wonder what that's all about. So yeah, there was that. From one vendor, I got that and this. These are both dollar books. If you've never seen these are really fucking cool. So I was happy to find this. These are called Wednesday comics. And they're basically newspapers. And it's basically like one-page story. So it looks like this, you can fold it up and put it in a bag, but it reads like this, like a newspaper. So you get all these one-page comics, and the lineup is pretty good. You got Batman by Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Risso, Commandy by Gibbons and Ryan Sook, Superman by I believe it's John Arcudi and Lee Bermejo, Deadman by Bullock and Weck. I don't know that. I'm not familiar with that team. Hawkman by Baker. I'm gonna guess Kyle Baker. Green Arrow by Kurt Busiek and probably Joe Quinones. Metamorpho by Neil Gaiman and Michael Allred. Teen Titans by Berganza and Sean Galloway Cheeks. Strange Adventures by Paul Pope. Supergirl by Paul Palmiotti and Amanda Connor. Metal Man by Didio Lopez and Nolan. Wonder Woman, it just says Caldwell. I don't know who that is. Sergeant Rock by Kubert and Kubert. So those are the bros. Kerschel and Fletcher on The Flash, and Simonson and Steel Freeze on Demon and Catwoman. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting lineup. Yeah, I mean this looks good. Kind of hard to show because it folds out so big, but I think they did about 10 issues of this or so. If I find more of these, I'm gonna pick these up, man. I like these a lot. I'll probably pay a couple dollars for those. Not too much. Maybe like $2. But you know, I'm cheap. Anyway, so that was one vendor, and then this vendor was actually really cool. And I've bought from them before at other cons in Northern California. Lee's Comics, which is a great name for a comic store. Gave me a sticker. So anyways, I got run fillers there. And actually, now that I noticed it, I got all Daredevil books from them. So here's Redemption, number 5 of 6. And these are the last two I needed. Number 6 of 6 by David Hine and Michael Gaydos. Shout out to my partner, War.lock. He got me the other issues besides these two. He gave them to me as a gift. I believe one of them was signed because Bill Sienkiewicz cover by Ill Bill himself. Speaking of Ill Bill, I got number 1 and number 8 of this series called End of Days. There's number 1, and here's number 8. And this has interior. Let me see. This has interiors by Klaus Janson on the pencils, and Bill Sienkiewicz finished art and paintings. So I'm assuming that's the David Mack did some covers, but I'm not sure if that's the one. No, he did the variant covers. These covers are, I believe, are Alex Maleev. But yeah, this is Klaus pencils with Sienkiewicz ink. That sounds like a winning combo to me. Looks like he's fighting Bullseye in this one. Looks like they're fucking each other up pretty good. But yeah, so there's those two, and then the last one I got for $1. Very low grade, but shit, for $1 I'll take it. Can't go wrong with Frank Miller Daredevil. And yeah, this is low grade, but it's not that damn bad. Like, yeah, pages are kind of, the covers are kind of wrinkly, but yeah, look at that. How are you not gonna take that for $1? You know what I mean? So I mean, I have this in collected form, but I like having these low grade copies of the floppy books. So that was hell cool. So shout out to Lee's Comics. They actually have a store in Mountain View where I actually lived in Mountain View for a little bit. I was staying with my mom in around 95 or 96. Her and her old man at the time, some old dude named Ed. Anyway, shit, I wish I would have known there was a comic book store there in Mountain View. I would have tried to check it out. And then this is a separate booth where I bought this. Again, more. You know, at this con, I actually completed a lot of things that I was trying to put together. A lot of accomplished missions. So that's Plastion Cafe number 2 and number 3, which were the only two I still needed. I got this because there is a Casey Jones solo adventure with Rick Veitch, script and pencils, Kevin Eastman, story and inks. So that's pretty cool to have a Casey Jones solo. I'm a fan of Casey. My first Ninja Turtles book I ever read was the Raphael one shot, which was just basically a long fight between him and Raphael. I love that fucking issue. Shout out to my big bro Earn Dog for buying that and bringing it home. So let me see. All right, and then the rest of these are from another booth. Let me get this pup out of my way. Get over there, Buttersworth. All right. These were all from one booth. I don't remember the name of it, but they were all dollar books for the most part. I'll show you the one thing that wasn't. This is a Cap 335. I have some other issues in this area. I'm not a huge fan of the art, but I do kind of like the stories, and if I find them for cheap for $1, I grab them. I like this because I like Johnny Walker, man. Like he's a fool, you know. Like, like he's Cap, but he's fucking more vicious. I mean, I don't get me wrong. Steve Rogers is the real Cap, but I'm just saying, like, I do like that character. I got love for Johnny Walker. Plus, he's named after whiskey. You can't go wrong with that. Next up, Marvel's Greatest Comics. So this is a reprint of some Kirby Fantastic Four, which I find myself buying more and more of. It's an issue with Doom in it, so I figured that's a good buy. Real happy to find this because I have the other issues. I just need a couple of these to complete it. I don't know if that's Kerry Andrews on the cover or if that's a Scotty Young cover. No, that's Scotty. So, man, Scotty's I'm not gonna open that one. Open the next one. Scotty's non-baby stuff is, I think, very underrated. I got this one on accident. I didn't need it, so I don't know. Maybe I'll give it to my bro or something. But yeah, his non-baby stuff doesn't. I wish he was doing more of that these days, but I understand he found something that makes him money, and I wouldn't be surprised if he can pump it out even a little bit faster. But yeah, this is non-baby style Scotty. And this is him fight. This is Legend of the Spider Clan story. I think, yeah, this is the first one. Or was the first one a one shot? I don't know. I get it confused. But yeah, they brought Venom in on this one. I mean, his stuff is still cartoony, but he's not drawing babies, you know what I mean? Like, it has more of a hip-hop kind of graffiti style to it. I mean, like, for sure you could tell here what I'm talking about. That's like early 2000s, late 90s style and shit. Yeah, like early 2000s. I picked this one up just because I always thought it was a cool cover. Thanos fighting Thanos. Not 100% sure who drew that, but I always thought it looked cool. Thanos just going for it. And I grabbed these. Again, shout out to my partner War.lock. Link in the description to his channel. New Avengers by Bendis and Maliv. I just got that for the cover, and because my partner War.lock, his daughter, apparently is a big fan of Wanda, so I grabbed those for her. I'll give them to her when I see her again. So I also late happy birthday, Dominique. You know you never watch these videos, but just in case. And then I got again another run, another series that I killed at this fucking show. Ghost Rider, Trail of Tears by Garth Ennis and Clayton Crane. That's number 3 of 6, and that's number 6 of 6 which were the last 2 that I needed. And then I found this Blade issue number 1. I think Blade, he was popular for a minute not too long ago. I don't know if he cooled off or not, but a lot of those Blade comics are fucking expensive. Like those Bart Sears ones, it surprised me how expensive those are, because I didn't think Bart Sears had that big of a fan base these days. But this one is pretty cool, man. Like, I like I don't know, Blade's look here. It reminds me of his original old look in a way. It's basically, he's wearing a tracksuit and has his stakes strapped up, but he has those like green goggles. But yeah, this is Gene Cologne art, and it looks pretty dope, man. Like, I'm not 100% sure who's inking them, but that shit looks cool.
Some to-dos show up.
Like, I would buy a
Petco helps you cross off.
If they had a series that looked like this coming out right now, I'd buy it. Like, Blade looks cool like that, I think. I mean, I like the, Wesley Snipes look for Blade too, but I like this. This is cool. Looks like there's a little bit of origin flashback going on here. So yeah, I don't think it goes for that much, but I think it's worth more than $1. So I don't feel too bad about buying that. And who knows, with that Blade movie comes out, maybe it'll go up, but I think that's a keeper anyways. Then I got this for $1. Frank Miller, Sin City, The Babe Wore Red, and Other Stories. I mean, you can't go wrong with Frank Miller, and I don't have that one, so why the hell not? Okay, so these weren't exactly $1. These were, this was $10. Speaking of Frank Miller. So the vendor that I got all these dollar books from was Dr. Comics. And they got to be from somewhere up there up north. I'll have to look it up. I wish I could give a shout out, but... So anyways, this was $10, and it's issues 1 through 7, plus a book called Killing Machine. So you figure 8 issues for $10. That's only a little bit more than $1 an issue. And while I show those, let me show this real quick. So that like I said, those are issues 1 through 7. And in the dollar bins, I found issues number 8 and issue number 9. And let me see what's going on with my sound here. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so I thought that actually worked out pretty well, because the rest of the issues were collected in this set. I think that's the whole shebang right there. I wish they wouldn't have taped these like this. Alright, sorry for the delay, fellas. I should have done this earlier. Like, if you're gonna tape those like that, put them in another plastic bag, you know. Not to talk shit or anything. That was a good deal, you know. Because each one of these issues goes for like individually like more than $5 as far as I can see. All right, so there's issue 1, and I think these are all the Frank Miller covers. That was issue 1. Here's issue 2. Issue number 3. There's issue 4. Five. 6 and 7, and I actually believe I already have that number 6, so got an extra on that. I'll probably give that away. And then here's the number 7. Now this is the adaptation of a RoboCop script that Frank Miller wrote, and somebody adapted it adapted the script, and then had Juan Jose Rip do the art. He's an artist that is starting to grow on me a bit. I'm more in it for the Frank Miller stories, and like I said, his art's growing on me a bit. He kind of seems like a Jeff Darrow light, but he draws some gory stuff pretty well. Then these last are just some indie books. So this is Negative Burn, issue 33, 64-pager. The lineup looks pretty decent. I recognize Brian Bolin, Jim Mahfood, Chris Moeller, Michael Gatos. Oh, I was going to say Scott Gilbert, but I think that's a different Scott Gilbert. Or anyway, that's Michael T. Gilbert I was thinking of. There's Michael A. Von Oming, Dean Haspiel, Joe Stanton. So, and there's a back ad for some movies. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty solid lineup. It's some black and white comic stuff. And then, these I'd never seen before. This is called Testament. Oh no, Skyworld. That's Testament. And this is Apocrypha. I really like the cover on this one. This dude shooting the... I never heard of those. I asked the vendor if I could take a look at the interiors, and these are some thick books. And he was like, yeah, it's fine. So look how thick those are. And it has a nice, like, cardstock cover. I thought this art looked pretty good. Black and white stuff, but... yeah, I thought this art looked pretty damn good, especially you get a nice thick book like this for $1, man. Like, look at that, that's pretty fucking dope. Got no idea what it's about. Look like a lot of on the cover, you know, look like the animal characters, but I see a lot of humans, elves, and whatnot. So yeah, for $1, I was like, shit, I'll give it a chance. If anybody knows more about these Skyworld, Testament, and Apocrypha, let me know, because I was looking, I didn't spend a whole lot of time looking, but
video downloads.
When I did look, nothing came up right away. So I probably still need to do a little bit deeper search. But like I said, if anyone knows what this is all about, the names on it say Mervyn Ignacio and Ian Sta Maria. So yeah, if anyone knows about that, let me know. This is a one thing I bought that wasn't $1. I got that at a different vendor. And this is Mandy Godiva by Dean Eagle, who I'm not familiar with. From 2009. Nice hardcover. It's a bigger book. Just give you something to compare it to. That's a normal size comic compared to, I guess you can't really tell, huh? But yeah, it's a bigger book and it's a hardcover. I'll just show you a little bit of art in here. I just thought it looked cool. It looked cool. You know, I don't know much about a lot of titties in here. I can't really tell if it's like a story or just sketches. It kind of seems like it is telling a story through the sketches. It's one of the non-titty pages. I think pretty much after that page she's naked, the rest of the book. I'll just show a quick flash. It's gonna hurt. You know, kids supposed to be watching this shit anyways. And I'm not sure if the reason why it was marked down was because of the it says on the, like what it said on the cover, there's a signature, but it was upside down in the book. If they want to mark it down for that reason, that's fine with me. I looked it up before I bought it just to make sure, like, oh, what if it's cheaper online? And I couldn't find it online for anything less than $50. So I didn't feel too bad about spending $10, which is a pretty high price for me. If you guys watch the channel, you know I don't spend $10 on just anything. Anyways, like I said in my last video, again, I'm not sure if I would drive all that way just to go to the con, but because it's in Berkeley, it's worth it. You know, Berkeley's a nice place to visit, good places to eat, and just cool spot. Not too far from San Francisco if you want to go check out the city. So yeah, I had a great time. I recommend it. If you enjoyed this video, congratulations, you got good taste. Show it by hitting that like button, subscribe, show all your friends. Check out my IG. I'm gonna be uploading the hopefully by the time this video's up, my pictures from the Cartoon Art Museum and the Dave Stevens exhibition will be up. So yeah, check out my IG. Comments, questions, especially recommendations, all that stuff's appreciated. I love the feedback. So if you want to leave that stuff, I appreciate that. And that'll do it. Like I always say, get off YouTube, read some fucking comics.